Welcome to PrinnyCast Roundtable, a weekly show where we talk about various musings in the worlds of gaming and geekdom from over the last week. We're your hosts. I'm Chris. This is Mike.
A real man would choose a garter belt.
Okay, and this is Grover.
Thanks, Mr. Skulltall.
And Boss Etna is directing us through text down there, as Ramdal will be contributing with corrections and info dumping, and overall being the harbinger of future robot overlords. So, been a really hot week so far. After a bunch of storms, one right after another, now we're getting the heat waves that come with it, which isn't to say it's actually all that hot. It's like low 90s so far, but the humidity is just so ridiculous that it feels like...
That's horrible. It was like nice and chilly, and what the hell is this? It's June! June!
Oh, so it was you that jinxed it.
Noon. It was 39 degrees one night.
And I guess the bigger news of the week was the Steam refunds thing.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
That was huge.
It is literally a duplicate of Origin, so some Steam got it from Origin. It blew me away as soon as I saw it.
Well, they were having all that problem over in Europe about the lawsuits that kept springing up about not being able to return games that didn't work or far less than advertised and that sort of thing.
Yeah, the limit laws in Europe are way stricter than they are here.
So I guess this was their way to counteract it. The conditions are that it has to be within 14 days of purchase or you've played it for less than 2 hours. Actually, and it's both of them. So you can't sit on a game and then play it and then go, oh, I don't like this. And I have to admit, I still have some games that do not work whatsoever. And I've yet to find fixes for them. So I guess I need to do some forum poking. Hey guys, what's up here?
I went ahead and don't think I'll get it, but I submitted one for Hyperdimension Neptunia because I can't get it to work. I've tried everything and nothing works.
It might take a complete reinstall.
I've
Done
wondering,
that.
They got rid of their one-time only refund thing, was this too. So you don't have to know, okay, if this is a shit game and I don't want it and I want a refund, they'll do it one time. No, they'll do it multiple times now. They don't flag your account as your one-time refund for your 10,000 games has been used.
They might start looking at it if somebody's refunding quite often, but 2 hours is such a little time to play a game. I see it as a really awful rental system for the people that want to take it that way, and it's probably something that if people abuse it, they're going to change the laws, and that's not going to be good for anybody. So don't abuse that, please, for everybody's sake.
They want it to be very clear, too, that if you're a dickhole and you go ahead and, get banned on a game before the 2 hours is up, you're blacklisted. You don't get your refund. Mm-hmm. The publisher and Steam will not help you. I mean, Valve.
That's good on them, actually.
Yep.
See, there was another Steam news, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. Infinite Crisis, that MOBA with the DC characters, like Batman and all of them, it's shutting down on August 14th. Even though it just came out on Steam, like 2 months ago, is the end of March, I think it was. It's not doing well enough, so I guess it's one of the first major MOBAs to go belly under. We saw this with the MMOs once upon a time, so I guess the MOBAs have started to run their course.
That money, that free-to-play, if they don't buy that stuff, it's rough. They may have waited too late to put it on Steam. Just no money. You can't keep the infrastructure up anymore.
It gets a little difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was that Pac-Man 256, which is basically a puzzle game. Back in the day, in the old Pac-Man cabinets, once you got to a certain level, the game just absolutely freaked out until it finally crashed. And this is portraying that as a virus that's chasing you, eating up the game board as you're trying to move up the maze while still dodging the ghosts. So it's kind of like a combination of two very common mobile game cliches mixed together. So
that's some Wreck-It Ralph shit there.
Yeah, it sounds kind of interesting. XCOM 2 was announced. Not at all what a lot of people thought they were going to be announcing, but I'm all for it because I love the XCOM series. Haven't really kept up with it very well, but...
I have heard about it and never played it, and everybody was just like, did you like Final Fantasy Tactics? I'm like, yeah. Did you like Front Mission? Yeah, play XCOM.
With a little bit of sim management involved, too, because you have to make your base and manage that.
Oh, dear God, that's even better.
But the old games have not aged well, and I've still not played Enemy Unknown yet. Shame on me. I don't think I need to say that the biggest news as far as announcements was Fallout 4. Nice little Skyrim engine trailer that they ran.
It looked really good, though. It was nice to see a Fallout game that's actually got some color in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks nice, and so far it seems to be in Boston, so it's going to be the Commonwealth. Bethesda is not that sadistic. When I saw the screen, because I saw it within 30 seconds. I was on Reddit, and I was just like, oh, what's this? And I saw the screen, I was like, this has to be the next Fallout. I was like, because they're not that evil that they would this would end and they'd show some DLC or something. Or troll us.
I have to say, as far as DLC is concerned, their expansions for Fallout 3 is some of the best DLC out there. So you can do worse than a Fallout
The Alien one is like amazing for Fallout 3. It literally adds a whole other game. It's just like in that one where they go into the weird swamp, there's a bunch of rednecks running around.
So yeah, it looks
Another good one, New Vegas was the one where you go to the research center, and that is amazing expansion. fun.
I have New Vegas. I didn't really play that much of it because I never did beat Fallout 3. I just kept getting sidetracked doing all the random stuff that you can do in the game. It's probably not as bad as Skyrim. I think you can play Skyrim forever, but
Oh, New Vegas is like a lot like Skyrim. You would just go wander off and be completely lost. Accidentally run back into the main missions.
And so have you guys heard of Lego Worlds? This
No,
is
not even
being
remotely.
claimed as the first legitimate potential to dethrone Minecraft. And because it is the famous Lego team that's done the big Lego games in the last decade or better, all the Star Wars and the Indiana Jones and the Harry Potter, the Marvel and DC games, all those have been made by the same team. So they're taking a variant of that engine and basically putting it into okay, we've given you the adventures, now create whatever the heck you want. Now the problem with this
I'm looking
is
at it right now.
Minecraft still has a lot up on it because it's when it comes to like adventuring and exploring and actually doing things beyond building, I think Minecraft's got this thing's butt kicked. But Lego Worlds is still in beta at this time, so who knows what they're going to add to it later. And it's got some nice things you can do. Every time you encounter something, you can purchase it using the little chip things like the main Lego games, that every time you bash something, you get like the little chips that are used like points. You can use those to go back in and purchase it through a catalog. So say you encounter a car along the road, you can take it then, sure, but you can, once you've purchased it out of that, you can summon it at any time. And that goes with any character that you've encountered, any item, any tree. So the more you explore, the more it rewards you for having automatically created stuff that you can use in game for later, which is a nice little touch. Even if it does make it extremely easy, if you ask me, it may be something that gets changed out of beta later.
Oh yeah, this is crazy sandbox.
But yeah, the fact that Lego has so many different pieces, the creativity part is where this game's going to really shine. If it's easy to actually maneuver the controls.
$15.
That's pretty
like
cheap.
It actually looks pretty good. I'm just sitting here staring at this like this is blocky, but not Minecraft blocky. This actually is very high detail. It looks like Legos. It's Legos.
Mm-hmm. And it is supposed to be multiplayer eventually, so of course you wouldn't make a Lego World game like that and not make it
Worry about multiplayer later. Make the world stable first.
So as far as dethroning Minecraft, I don't think you can actually do that because despite the fact that they share a lot of similarities, they seem like very different games to me. And I really doubt that Lego is going to allow the modding community. This is Lego.
Oh, it'll die.
Yeah.
So they've got to make their best foot forward, and maybe they can do what might help Minecraft stay on top, was the fact that the actual Minecraft team continued to update. So if Lego continues to update in lieu of the modding community, then it might continue. But
Lego could make gobs of money with this if they do it right.
And I tried out a game called Combat Core that is on Kickstarter right now. There's a free demo that you can try. And anybody that played Power Stones, you can definitely feel it is really trying hard to be the next generation of that kind of game. But I have some doubts about it. But part of that is also because of, for some reason, it's registering that I have 2 controllers attached when I have none. And anybody that's had a lot of trouble with analog controllers calibrating properly knows that they like to lean left even when they're centered. So imagine 2 virtual controllers that I cannot get rid of or change pressing left. So yeah, I didn't get to enjoy that very much.
Oh dear God. Flashbacks of Final Fantasy XI configuring the controller.
And being a demo, you can't actually configure the controller itself, so I can't even tell it to say, hey.
Even better.
But even then, the combat, it's really professional as far as Kickstarter games are concerned. Most of the time, you look at these early access stuff, and they feel clunky, they feel blocky. This feels very professional. It's just, it's so chaotic, and the stages are designed with a very VR-heavy feel that you never really can see what's going on. It's just always in your face with colors and stuff, and it blinds you from what's actually going on. And maybe that's supposed to be part of the mechanic. I don't know, but hey, in 2 weeks we've got E3 coming up.
I'm looking forward to it, honestly. I'd like to see what Nintendo's bringing to it.
Bethesda's going to show a bunch of Fallout 4 stuff, they said.
Yep, I'd like to see that too.
Square's supposedly launching an entirely new franchise, from what I'm understanding.
Ooh.
They said they weren't going to be showing a lot of Final Fantasy 15, that they're leaving space for something else. Now, there's a lot of speculation it could be Kingdom Hearts 3, which is one of the few Square games I have any hope for.
It could be a Square MOBA.
Yeah.
Now, Square made a MOBA where you could choose the characters to run around and kill each other. Like, okay, I'd actually be interested in that, considerably.
Well, I know that the Final Fantasy The City arcade game is actually getting pushed to the PlayStation, and possibly Xbox. I don't remember it saying Xbox, but so that could possibly be shown. And it does look pretty. It's just, once again, it's one of those mecha design of combat. Mm-hmm. It's not really a fighting game. It's more like shoot a bunch of miraculous bullets, and then you get close, throw a few punches, and pull back again. And, yeah.
Well, do you really want a Final Fantasy fighting game after Air Guys?
Speaking of which, I just have not seen much on the fighting game horizon to really get excited about so far. Tekken 7, it just feels like more Tekken. I'm a Tekken fan, but this one just... And it's been quite a few years from Tekken 6. It's not like they released it just a year later, so I don't know what my problem is. I'm sure it's prettier, it just doesn't seem like that much of a step up to me.
Getting overwhelmed with these damn games. I may actually see a Final Fantasy 20.
That's only if they stop making Final Fantasy 13s.
And 14s.
Yeah.
We'll do a Kickstarter to get cable line to your house.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be lots of donations for that one.
Oh yeah.
Woo.
You know there's still 2,056,000 people.
I can believe it.
Wow, I would not have guessed that.
2 million.
Most of them rural too, I bet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most of them are rural too. What's funny is 1.6 of them have AOL. That really blew me away.
I didn't even know that they still had a service that way.
Mm-hmm. They still have a service. They still have a broadband service that blew me away because that's what I used first.
So moving along, once again, I didn't do a lot of movie researching stuff, but there's been a lot of trailers once again, and I couldn't help but notice the Vacation trailer, and they even made the joke themselves.
You want to redo your Vacation from 30 years ago?
We're not redoing anything. This will be completely different.
I've never even heard of the original Vacation.
Doesn't matter. The new Vacation will stand on its own.
But it's definitely a sequel, and it's definitely trying to work on the nostalgia points. Whether it works or not, I guess, is dependent on what your style of humor is, but I don't have a lot of faith in it myself.
No, I don't either.
It's very rare when a remake actually does any good, and any sequel that bases heavily on nostalgia value, it better have some decent content itself, because it's not going to stand on its own. And then something that's not going to be in theaters, matter of fact, it was kickstarted and showed up on YouTube. I'm not usually one of those people that clicks on something that gets suggested to me by YouTube, because majority of the time it's because somebody paid for that to be advertised on YouTube.
Yeah.
But there was this weird little thing called Kung Fury, and it just had this appearance of being so campy 80s. I thought, okay, I'll try this out. Oh wait, it's 30 minutes long. It's not just a trailer for a movie. It is like a retro trip into all of the craziness of the 80s into 30 minutes. It is extremely gory, but it is hilarious. It is something else. So anybody that has any kind of experience with the 80s, and even if you don't, as long as you can take the over-the-top gore of it, I think you'll have a blast with it. Just realize you're going in, it's all stupid. It is supposed to be stupid, but it is really well done stupid. Even the way the special effects are done, and it just can't be enough to be ridiculous. It just hits that sweet spot of, oh, this looks like crap, it looks low budget, because it's supposed to. Even if they could do better, they still wanted this fine line of ridiculousness. So definitely check that out. That was fun. That was probably the high point of the week.
I gotta check that out, most definitely.